Do you like simple card games? Do you have a green thumb? Do you enjoy planting up to 3 distinct different Japanese gardens with your friends? If so, stick around because tonight in Rolling with the Beard, we're reviewing Ohanami. Well, let's talk about Ohanami, shall we? Well, inside this small demure package is a fun, fast, easy to teach little card game. This game has a lot of stuff going for it. It's convenient to carry around in your pocket, and if you wear a large sized pant such as myself, it'll easily fit in your back or front pockets. Ohanami is a card game for 2 to 4 players. It's a drafting game, and each round players will start with a hand of 10 cards, and they will draft 2 of those cards secretly. Once all players have chosen their 2 cards to draft, they will reveal them and add the cards into their garden. You can have up to 3 different gardens. These cards are numeric, ranging from 1 to 120, and you can add cards to the top or bottom of each stack, but you can never fill in the spaces in between. So you want to mitigate the distances between these cards. You don't want to put a 99 on top of a 50 because now 51 through 98 can't go into that garden. But luckily, like I said before, you can have 3 different gardens. So players over the course of one round will draft up to 10 of these cards. At the end of the first drafting round, players will score 3 points for every blue card that they have in all of their gardens. Then players will draft the cards again in the same fashion that they did the first round. Then players will score not only 3 points for every blue card that they had, but now they will score 4 points for every green card that they have. And then the following and last round, players will score 3 points for every blue card that they have, 4 points for every green card that they have, and 7 points for every gray or silver card that they have. I don't recall what color it actually is. And players will also score points for pink cards that they collected during the game, going by this little chart here. So as you can see, the more pink in the garden, the more stink in the garden? I don't know, it just sounded good. Ohanami is very quick to teach. Most of the time it only takes just a couple of minutes to teach the table how to play the game, and typically after 1 or 2 rounds everyone has it and everyone's ready to start over and play again. And here's where it gets fun. Once players are somewhat used to the game or familiar with how it works, the hate drafting in this game becomes super strong, and there's just this nice warm feeling knowing that you just handed the player beside you nothing they can use, nothing they can put in their gardens, or if they do, they're going to have this huge gap that they don't want. The gameplay is super fast, with players taking their turns and playing simultaneously throughout the entire game, and the artwork is fantastic. Not every card is different, but just about. There is a ton of artwork, and unfortunately, to be honest with you, it mostly gets overlooked because most of the players are just looking at the numbers on the cards, which is kind of sad because there's a lot of beauty in these 121 cards. And my only criticisms about this game is the small, very small amount of mathing that has to occur between each scoring phase. Sometimes it can kind of slow down the fun just a little bit, but it doesn't really affect the overall experience at all. And for some reason, my copy, the cards are made of 2 different distinct stocks. I know it's a first world problem, but it irritates me because half of the cards are on a linen finish stock, almost like a bicycle playing card, and then the other half don't have that. And it makes it kind of difficult to shuffle sometimes, and you can actually see the color difference here when you look at the sides of the cards. But overall, I would say this is a fantastic game. It's by the same designer that designed the game, which I was not a very big fan of, and that kind of threw me off and made me less excited to play this game, try it, let alone purchase it. But I am very glad I did, and it is definitely staying in the Beard's collection. All right, now it's time for the shuffle test. Oh, we're going to give this a 7 out of 10. Let's shuffle again. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell. Leave a comment below if you've played this and your thoughts on the game, or leave a comment on what you would like to see me review next. Anyways, thanks again for watching another episode of Rolling with the Beard.